Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to the channel, I hope you all alright and having a good day. It is October, which means one thing, this month, this year, PlayStation VR will be 5 years old. In time PlayStation VR 2 releases, it probably will be 6 years old. So it's going a full length of a proper cycle, of a proper life, of a proper console. But to celebrate that, we coming back to the roots of this channel, which started as PlayStation VR channel. And even though this is an end game for PlayStation VR, there is over 60 titles still to be released. And in this video, we're looking at all the upcoming PlayStation VR releases. Now listen, I've done this channel for a while, I am aware that sometimes the developers announcing the game and the game might not happen, or it might be mega delayed, but this list is as of now, as of latest information from their website and their social medias. So we've got a lot to talk about. This list is done alphabetically, so there is no like a order from worst to best, but everything is in a nice alphabetic order. So, with that out of way, let's get started. We've got over 60 PSVR games to talk about, so let's do it. And we're beginning from the very nice offering from company that many of you probably knows very well, which is Ivanovich Games. You know them from very good Operation Warcade before they did the sound update, but also, of course, 1976 lately released Sea of Memories and many other games that they did. So very soon they're gonna release 2076 Midway Multiverse, and this is your like a homage to games like Zaxxon, like R-Type, all of that. I played the demo on PC and it's a very cool game. Okay, another upcoming game, it's lately announced the developer took to PlayStation VR subreddit to share some information about their game, and this is Ab Aeterno. If you're looking for first-person shooter with this stalker kind of vibes, then definitely this one is what you want to look for. There is like a alpha demo out there for PC. I tried it, and gun mechanics and reloadings and everything else, it's very realistic. Okay, and another game, this is gonna be a very big release coming from Vertigo Games, After the Fall, coming at the end of this year. It's gonna be, no longer than 2 months and you're gonna get this game. It's gonna be crossplay between PC VR, PlayStation VR and Oculus Quest 2. Quest 1 owners will get this game in 2022, but we're going to get it very soon. Now, it is been in the development for a while, it suffered a few delays, but we are definitely getting it this year according to the latest developers post. Okay, and speaking about delayed games, let's talk a bit about Baby Hands. So yes, this is still in the development apparently, and it will be coming soon. This studio still got 2 more PSVR games on this list to release, one that they just announced not so long ago, so keep that in mind. But Baby Hands was kind of popular on PC when it's first released. This is like a game that lets you be a baby, basically mess around and enjoy the environment from a baby perspective. And another mega delayed game, maybe application, is Big Screen VR. Now I just checked on their Discord, and yes, this is still in the development for current generation PlayStation VR. Basically the coding and everything what they have to do for this game is much different than for other version, so that's why it's taking so long, but they still actively developing it, so current generation PlayStation VR owners still should get it. They said once they got more information they will let us know. Okay, and releasing this month, this is Captain Toonhead versus the Punks from the Outer Space. And this is your tower defense game. We've had quite few of those, but putting a little twist on it because it's gonna let you, it's gonna transform itself to first-person shooter if you want to. And of course, it's got that little hilarious graphics and hilarious units to command. And another tower defense game coming to PlayStation VR is the Chulers. If I'm saying this name correctly, I don't know. Now, this is of course much smaller game than Captain Toonhead, coming from a smaller indie studio, but still looks like a very cool release nevertheless, if you like tower defense games. And another one, the very well anticipated one, a sequel to Cave Digger. This one is called Cave Digger 2 Dig Harder. And apart from doing your cave diggery stuff as you do in the original game, apart from that there is some other stuff to do, because what you can do is dig with your friends, because this game will support co-op, and also they added some combats, much bigger story, much bigger world, so looks pretty cool. Okay, next one, Cobots vs Aliens, a port of PC game, a very old PC game, I think like 2016 or 17 this one was released, and it's being worked on by the same developer that doing the Baby Hunts. That's their latest game what they announced, and yes, this is a shooting game, but in this game anything you picked can become your weapon. Very nice. Okay, another game that seems to be stuck in the development when it comes to PlayStation VR version is Dash Dash World. Now what's happening with this one is the developers done all the updates now for PC and Quest, looks like it. The game is super complete. Now next is PlayStation VR version. And of course this is your kart racer in style of this Crash Team Racing or Mario Karts. If you like those types of games, you should enjoy Dash Dash World. Okay, for the fans of horrors and mysteries and point-and-click adventure games, this is Desolation, and it is a 360 type of game. I don't know how this 360 gonna work. I know there was a demo on PC and it was like a static images, but hopefully they added 3D effect to it as well. And if you like those old school point-and-click games, then you should check this one out. Okay, and another one in the development for a while because it's failed Kickstarter, but the developer said they still gonna deliver, it just taking them longer. This is Distortion VR. It will come to PSVR with very nice aim controller support, and this will be your cyberpunk first-person shooter. Also, when PlayStation VR 2 releases, the developer already said they will do PlayStation VR 2 version of Distortion. Okay, next game is Dragon Ride VR, a game that I spoke about ages ago, but the developer took a bit longer with the PC version, and not long ago, a couple of months ago, I think like last month, they sent me an email that finally they started working on PlayStation VR version. If you like dragons and you fancy flying on them, then you might want to check this one out. Okay, and releasing this month, latest upcoming PlayStation VR exclusive / latest upcoming PlayStation VR horror game and escape room game, coming from Spain. This is Do Not Open. Should be with you just in time of Halloween to make you a bit scared, because of course that's the best time to release a horror game. Okay, another one, Down and Out. I need to speak about this one for a bit, so very delayed. Even PC version didn't come out on the day it's meant to come out. The developers saying that the game is still coming, but they didn't give us like a maybe very precise updates. It's all very vague, so I do not know. But they still stressing that yes, Down and Out will come out, and this is your open world combat fighting game. Okay, and another game, of course delayed as always, this is Echoes VR. This game was part of PlayStation Talent initiative, and then they found their own publisher, which was Rogue Sun Games. So they work a bit with them. What they did is took this game and also added flat version to it, so that's probably why it's a bit more delayed, but also, you know what, this when it comes, it's supposed to support aim controller, which is very nice, but there is no release date. Okay, and the game that is definitely gonna release, and we know it's not gonna be anytime soon, but probably next year, coming from Cyan Games, one of my favorite developers of all time. This is Firmament. On this channel, you know, I covered Obduction for PSVR, the game that I actually reviewed twice because it's got such a good graphical update, but Firmament, they said it's designed from the ground up with PSVR in mind. With Obduction, they've had few issues because they've been porting PC version. This one should be much smoother experience and much better looking game as well. Not taking away anything from the Obduction. I really like that game, but just wanted to let you know. Okay, and another game that kind of got delayed but should be with us this year and also will get physical release from Perp Games. This is Gravitational. You becoming a scientist who kind of know how to control gravity. He's a wheelchair bound, but of course gravity control gonna help him a lot. You'll be going through the levels, doing puzzles and probably just finding your way out. Okay, and now Hellgate VR, this was in the development since forever, and eventually, finally, they released PC VR version. At one point back in the year, I don't know, 2017, when I've been talking about it, everyone kind of was excited about this game. But sadly, when it's released on PC, we found out this is like an on-rail shooter, and people saying it's not very good one. But nevertheless, apparently it's still coming to PSVR. Okay, now time to talk about Hellsplit Arena. What's happening with that one is very simple. The developers said they're gonna try to do PSVR version this year, but they have to finish updates for the PC VR version, which meant to be finished this year, but they got delayed to the next year, so I'm assuming Hellsplit Arena PSVR version got delayed to the next year. It's still not confirmed for PSVR 2, so I'm speaking about it now. Also, the developer said they're gonna do PSVR version, that's why I do speak about this game in this video. When like Blade and Sorcery is still kind of 50-50, that's why you're not gonna find Blade and Sorcery in this video. But yeah, Hellsplit Arena apparently it's coming, it's just taking a bit longer. As with everything, of course, pandemic slowed everyone down. Okay, and for fans of horror games, announced during PSVR Without Parole Gaming Awards in 2019, I think. God, time flies. This is Hinge, and this is horror game. It's been out on PC. It supports those very nice graphics, but there was a lot of bugs with the PC version, so they had to patch that up first. And now, hopefully, soon we're gonna get the PSVR version. And coming from the developers of Bartender Simulator is Horror Bar VR. Their second game and much better game, already getting very good reviews on Steam. So yes, you're working in a bar, but it's a bar for monsters, and you're making some crazy ass cocktails and food, and that it is one of those panicky games. So yeah, very big improvement over their first offering. Okay, and coming soon to PC VR and also PlayStation VR, a gorgeous looking game, which is Hubris VR. Supports all the elements and mechanics you want to have in VR games. You're gonna control some vehicles, you're gonna climb, you're gonna swim, you're gonna jump, you're gonna walk, of course, as you do, and also you're gonna go to alien planet to find your mate. So Hubris definitely very nice announcement, done by a bigger team of people. It's been in the development for over 3 years. They revealed it not so long ago because they kind of kept it secret until that was ready, but what they showed, what you can see in the background, definitely looks very nice. Speaking about nice, this is Humanity, coming from the developer of Res Infinite, a cult classic game for Dreamcast and older consoles, but also now for the VR systems, and also of course same studio that brought you Tetris Effect. What is Humanity all about? Nobody knows though. We see in this weird ass trailer which shows people like fighting with each other sometimes, going somewhere, flying into oblivion. Also it's got this very nice music, but what it's gonna be, I don't know. Okay, and next one is HyperStacks, a popular puzzle action game for PC, and I think it's on Quest now as well. The developer said on Reddit a couple of months ago that they're gonna do the PSVR version. Apart from all the puzzling, action and adventure you're gonna do that, this game supports a very advanced level editor, so you can tinker with it and make your own levels if you really want to. Okay, and a big one what many people wait for, this is Elysia. This game will happen. Lately they like managed to have funding of like $1 million or something, I don't know, it was a lot of money. And even with Kickstarter they've got tons of money, but now they've got even more. So they said they're gonna release this game when the game is ready, so it's probably not gonna be this year. All the Kickstarter supporters of course be able to participate in all the alphas, all the betas and everything else, so they're not stopping that, but Elysia looks great. If you want MMO VR RPG, then definitely, from judging by the trailer, the people's reactions, the world I saw with my own eyes when I've been in this world with my quest, definitely gonna be cool game. Okay, now this is something for fans of, let's say, games like Command & Conquer and stuff like that. If you like real-time strategies, then look no further than Iron Guard VR. The game already released on PC, but the developer said that you'll be getting PSVR version as well. Graphically looks nice, all the units looks nice, the action looks cool, so yeah, very interesting title. Okay, next one is In the Hoop. So you probably know this game from me covering it and playing the Quest version with hand tracking, But also this game supports your usual normal controllers, and this is a little indie basketball game with quite funny mechanics and quite entertaining little game loop. So what the developer said, they're gonna bring it to PSVR, and of course you'll be using your Move controller. Okay, lately announced and lately cancelled but not cancelled game, which is Jurassic Snap. So what it is, basically you go into alien planet and doing photos of dinosaurs in order to get the full collection. So what's happening with this game at the moment is the developer took it to Kickstarter, but then like halfway through Kickstarter they said no, actually we're gonna take it off from Kickstarter, we're gonna work a bit more on it because they've had a lot of feedback from the supporters, and then they're gonna resubmit it to Kickstarter again once they implement all the feedback they earn, so everything they know. So this is not cancelled, they just took it off Kickstarter, but they will come back to Kickstarter. Okay, and now one of the strangest announcements what I saw lately, this is Last Video Store. For a while I was thinking this game is not real and somebody just made a dream trailer what they wish to have to play, but no, the Sony's chef, the boss of the indies, Shuhei Yoshida, even he's been talking about this game. So this is the Last Video Store, which of course looks like the Blockbuster, which many people misses. You'll be able to go there and apparently rent movies. I suppose you're gonna have your own movies, I don't know, but yeah, sounds interesting. I wonder what's gonna come out of that. Okay, and now the big announcement. This is as of now PlayStation VR exclusive, at least timed exclusive, and this is a sequel to one of the most popular PSVR platformers and most popular games and most charming games as well. This is Moss Book 2. So they've got bigger team, that's what they said in interviews, they got more assets, the game gonna be just everything you like about the Moss, but they took the criticism to their hearts, which was basically Moss was too short. Even after adding some free levels, the nice DLC what they released, what we didn't have to pay, they still decided that Moss Book 2 should be much longer game, and that's what will happen. I cannot wait for that one. I don't know the release date yet, they didn't set themselves, but hopefully it will be soon. Okay, now the game that the developers already announced that it's ages away. This is NYX, and this is your upcoming cyberpunk MMO RPG. It uses this low poly asset set, what we saw in so many other games, but this cyberpunk world combined with those nice MMO RPG mechanics might be interesting. And speaking about interesting, another successful Kickstarter story. This is Patagon Forbidden Island. If you want to see some dinosaurs in virtual reality, then yes, that's the game you want to keep your eye on. Now, the Kickstarter ended last year, but I think it's still a while until this game gets funded, so we're still gonna have to wait. But nevertheless, so far looks interesting. You go into this island, you hunting some dinosaurs, you even got your airship, everything got this steampunk type of art style, so very interesting. Another game is Punkman, and this is from Ivanovich Games as well. You know that game 2076, that very first game I spoke about in this video. This is another game that they said they're gonna port to PlayStation VR. The PC VR and Quest version is already out, and this is yet another old school classic reimagined in virtual reality. This is what this studio does best. So yeah, very interesting. Okay, and now Panzer Dragoon Voyage Record, which basically it's Panzer Dragoon VR. You're gonna have, so far apparently it's gonna be like an experience with all the free games in it. You're gonna get one level from each game, Panzer Dragoon 1, 2 and the Saga. So that's what they're doing. I don't know about the release date yet, but they're saying it's coming to all the platforms, PC VR, PlayStation VR and Oculus Quest. Okay, and another very cute little title, maybe too cute for my likings, but some people might like it, I don't know. This is Pets VR. This game gonna release this year, it's not actually that far away, the Steam version gonna be out very soon. So as the title says and as the trailer shows, yes, you're becoming a person who owns the pets, the virtual reality pets, and you're taking care of those pets, and that's the game. Another game, like a calming maybe game if you want to, this is Puzzling Places. Now I said calming, you can make it frustrated by making pieces smaller and more of them, so you can do what you want. But you're gonna get some real world locations, and with those you'll be putting them together like a little dioramas in virtual reality. Now, coming from Strange Game Studio, a very delayed game, RC Airplane Challenge. I didn't heard much from the developers lately, but I know they developing Honor and Duty Steampunk for PSVR 2, as far as I'm correct, so I don't think PSVR 1 will get it, but also RC Airplane Challenge that will release eventually. So this is your remote control playing game in VR, but also thanks to all the feedback, they adding like a cam from the top of a plane, and flying in VR always feels great. Another game coming from the developers of Iron Man VR, this is Republic VR. So this was an Android mobile game, then it got released for PC I think, and then it got ported to virtual reality. So basically you are a hacker who helps a girl escape this like a dystopian kind of realms of strange world, and you'll be helping her, and then she of course have to survive. This is one of the longer VR games as well. It's about 7 hours of gameplay, and PSVR getting this Definite Edition, so might be even more, I don't know. Okay, another game for the fans of Skyrim VR. This is Return to Nangrim. Now, what this game going to do is gonna be flat, but also in VR, but also the PSVR version will release, but when PSVR 2 will come out, they will support PSVR 2 as well, and they will add like your ray tracing in VR and stuff like that. So definitely sounds interesting. Skyrim of course, one of the most popular games, and if you want some more of that but maybe on the newer engine, then Return to Nangrim is the game you want to look at. Okay, another one. So this game is already out on the PC and on Oculus Quest. It's meant to come out to PSVR, I don't know where it is, but the developer said, do not worry, this is coming very soon. So this is a very story-driven narrative adventure game with some musically based puzzle elements, and also it's gonna open your eyes regarding the, you know, climate and stuff that it's ever changing for wars. Okay, moving on to the next game, Sand and Max Virtual Reality. To be correct, this time it's virtual. Just like many of the other games, other versions are already out on other platforms. PCVR, PSVR, I mean, still waiting. That's usually the case because of course it's harder to develop for PlayStation VR, but this classic game soon finds its way to our headsets and your headsets. So apparently, judging by the reviews, it's a collection of kind of like minigames that repeating themselves. I never played it, so I don't know how good it is, but just want to let you know. Okay, another one is Shadow of Valhalla, coming from the developer Chicken Waffle. So we already spoken about Baby Hands and also Cobots vs Aliens, and this is yet another offering from that studio that they said is gonna come to PlayStation VR. And this is physically based combat game, but also story driven when you're traveling through the levels and fighting stuff, because you need to escape the Valhalla. Okay, and another one releasing very soon, actually this week, it's just around the corner, you all can sniff it. A very good example of how to release the game on all the platforms at the same time. Coming from 17-bit studio, story-driven survival game called Song in the Smoke. So if you like to survive in the wild and not died, maybe you played Solus Project back in the day and really liked it, and not many games like that released since then definitely grab yourself a little portion of Song in the Smoke. Okay, another game is Space Team VR, so kind of delayed as well. You loving it, do you? So many delays for PSVR. That was the case, by the way, from the day one of the PSVR headsets, and it's always because the developers many times underestimating how much harder it is developed for console. But anyway, Space Team VR, so imagine Star Trek Bridge Crew, but hilarious. All the instructions are long, things keep going wrong, and stuff just happening that doesn't make sense, and of course it's up to you to fix it. So basically that's what this game is. Speedy Gun Savage, if you like light gun games from arcades, you know, like your Virtua Cop, Time Crisis and stuff like that, then definitely you want to keep your eye on Speedy Gun Savage when you are a dude that goes to alien planets, that, you know, goes with his guns, of course, very nicely rendered guns, and killing loads of enemies in order to get some rewards, because he's a space bounty hunter. And now, speaking about games, this is Spellpunk, coming at some point to PlayStation VR, and this is your wizardry type of game. You are basically a wizard and you fighting other wizard at the other end, which of course it's other players. All the attacks are gesture based, so you're gonna be drawing shapes and signs in the air in order to attack your enemy. Another big release coming at the end of this year, so not even 2 months away now. This is Stride. The PSVR version will come with the very anticipated story mode as well. So you're gonna have this time attack, you're gonna have the arena, you're gonna have endless mode, but also story mode. The controls gonna be great because thumbsticks are not really needed for this game. Stride, I played it on Quest, I played it on PC, it's super cool game. Okay, releasing this month is Suicide Guy. Now this was in the development for a while. This is the port of the flat version taken of course into the VR. So the developer just said yes, it's coming this month, it's coming in October, and basically the goal in this game is for you to kill off the main character. A game for the fans of time travel and also sci-fi novels from the 80s. This is Tempus 84 in the development for quite a while now. You joining this agency that got ability to travel in time in order to solve the mysteries. Okay, so now Thief Simulator VR. What's happening with this game is, I had a chat with the developer not so long ago. The PSVR version is still happening, there is no release date. They outsource it to the different studio that working on the PlayStation VR port. So I'm assuming once they're ready, once they got some actual PlayStation VR footage, then we finally should see more of this game, but rest assured it's very heavily in the development. Another game is Tin Hearts, and this is a very charming looking game. And this is something for the fans of Lemmings. So basically you've got those little wooden soldiers and you have to get them from point A to point B, but you're not controlling the soldiers themselves, you are controlling the environment. Apart from this Lemmings type of gameplay, this game got very nice story mode implemented to it as well. And also I must say, graphically looks pretty nice as well. Next one is Undead Citadel, yet another game from those physically based combat games that people really waiting for. Not only arena based, but it's got proper levels as well. What's happening with that one is still in the development, not only PSVR version but PC version as well. Basically what the developer is saying that they will release it whenever they are ready. They're not gonna release it, the game just to have to you know, quickly fix it because there's so many bugs. No, they waiting until they are totally ready. Okay, Unknown Fate. Some of you maybe know this title because it's got VR version on PC, but also it's got flat version on PlayStation 5, but also the developer, the two brothers who developed this game, they said that they will do PlayStation VR version. As far as I know, its PSVR version is still in the development, but they didn't give us that much updates. Okay, next one should be with you very soon. This is a very awesome platformer, Ven VR Adventure. I liked it on PC, I liked it on Oculus Quest. The game getting crazy difficult, but I probably gonna like it the most on PlayStation VR because it will support DualShock, and platformers like that are meant to play with the gamepad. I wouldn't think I would ever say that. Also, of course, the DualShock controllers got proper sized thumbsticks. On Quest they are smaller and any other VR controller, so definitely that's gonna be nice to check out this game with a proper platformer controls. Okay, the next one, the developers just other week published brand new gameplay trailer. This is the Wanderer, yet another game when you be traveling in time between eras and ages in order to solve some puzzles. Graphically looks beautiful. I know some of you complained because in the gameplay trailer they only shown those teleportation controls. I do not know if they're gonna add smooth locomotion or not. But also this is one of those games what maybe not necessarily, I can't say this word, maybe just don't need, you know, 100% this smooth locomotion. Maybe it would be a nice option, but definitely I gonna play it even without it. And also it looks great and it looks like a bigger PSVR release. Okay, another game, this is around the corner apparently as well. Wildlands 2. It's been in the development for absolute ages. The studio lately released the first Wildlands on Oculus Quest via AppLab, but also they said yes, they still developing Wildlands 2 and it's still coming to PlayStation VR, and yes, it still will support this co-op mode if you like the Wildlands, just bigger and better with more mechanics, and you'll be able to experience it with your friends. Okay, coming from the developer Fast Travel Games, this is Wrath the Oblivion Afterlife, and this is the horror game, and this is gonna be releasing very soon as well. Just around the corner, couple of days away, you becoming a Wrath, so you got some super awesome powers. You can just go through the wall, you're like, wall, I'm just going through you. And also, of course, Wraths can die as well, so you're being followed and, you know, somebody tries to kill you, and you're like, oh no, I must not die, so that's what you're doing in this game. Okay, from the developer of Pixel Ripped 1995 and Pixel Ripped 1999 comes Yuki, and this is your throwback to your good old nostalgic days when you used to play with toys, basically, your little figurines, whatever you've had. And this is a bullet hell game, out on everything, coming to PlayStation VR as well, should be coming very, very soon. And for the fans of VR MMO RPGs, if you're waiting for Elysia, you want to wait for Zenith as well. Very successful Kickstarter story. This is a studio that definitely gonna deliver. I think I said Elysia had some extra funding, but also Zenith did as well. So all those studios doing well. There's plenty of investors wanting to invest in VR MMO RPG genre, which means they know more than we do, and definitely this is something what's gonna be big one day. So Zenith looking good. Okay, now time to address the elephant in the room, the maybe machine gun wielding elephant, Zero Caliber. So PSVR owners no longer getting Zero Caliber port from PC, but getting Zero Caliber Reloaded port from Quest, because they sadly couldn't do PC VR version. Maybe when PSVR 2 releases, maybe they gonna port PC VR, but they saying they would have to make too many compromises to port PC VR version to PSVR, so they decided to just do the PSVR Quest version. But still, you get all the story missions plus more, because Quest version actually got more content, and also still you get in this co-op mode, but I do not know if there will be player versus player mode anymore. And coming from Sony's themselves, even Sony can't release their games on time for PSVR. This is Zombieland Headshot Fever, so developed by the developers of Angry Birds VR, but published by Sony. Already out on PC, already out on Quest, we're just waiting for PSVR version. And as always, of course, it takes longer to develop for PSVR. Very surprised that Sony takes so long, but hey, that's what's happening. But anyway, looking good. Okay, so that's all the upcoming PSVR games. There's still a lot of them. Many of them are delayed, but they will happen, so you still got a lot to look forward to before the PSVR 2 releases. I was thinking a very nice fitting video for PSVR anniversary. Can't believe this headset is 5 years old. Okay, and also before I go, I want to give big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you very much for your support. I super appreciate it. That's awesome of you. And if you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/polishpolvr, and down there from just $1 you can get yourself hands-on on some behind the scenes footage and stuff and whatever I post down there. And speaking about the videos, go check out my weekly wrap-up video when I wrapped up all the virtual reality news from past week, but also check out the releases of October for VR, because there's plenty of them. And if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.